With Amy taking a break from work, and here's
Hi.
here's what she's been doing all day. She's been creating a new product. It's called the Rishi Peanut Butter Cup, and it's a combination of reishi mushroom with raw cacao and jungle peanut butter, and let me tell you, it is scrumptious. Anyway, we'll stop the commercials for now. I'm going to do a little interview with Amy today. First, Amy, you were just making some tea a few minutes ago,
I meant to serve us.
and you were going to bring us some. But what are we going to be having right after our interview here?
Well, we're going to have happy tea,
Tell me about
which
happy tea.
I've been making for several years, and a lot of the local people come and always expect to have it at our house, and everybody loves it. And it's a combination of reishi mushrooms, faux tea, and vanilla. And recently we've also been adding a few of the suggestions of David's in the Longevity Now book. And so we're adding a piece of chaga mushrooms and cat's claw and some chanza piedra. And it is delish. And at our house we sweeten it with stevia. So we really love it. Did I say vanilla? It also has vanilla bean.
You said
in it
vanilla.
too.
Yeah, it is delicious. It's also filled with medicinal mushrooms, adaptogen herbs, and these things that have been recommended to us from the Longevity Now program, David's program. Okay, Amy, let's kind of go back over a couple things that have happened in the last few days. On Sunday morning, I know when we got up, Amy said, we were going to exercise, and lately we've been exercising apart because I like to ride my bike. I have some old injuries from a long time ago that make it difficult for me to run, and Amy, after reading the book Born to Run by Christopher McDougall, she decided that she wanted to start running. So over the last couple of weeks, she's run a couple short runs on the beach. And on Sunday morning, what did you do?
Well, I decided I would take a longer run, and we have this loop that we usually ride our bikes on that goes around the neighborhood where we live, and it's it's a loop, so it's 4 long roads, and we thought it was about 6 miles. So I just said, well, I'll take off, and I had my cell phone with me, and if I get in trouble or if I don't want to finish, I'll call you, talking to Denny, I'll call you and you can come get me. So, but I'm kind of stubborn. I like to finish what I start, because I feel like a failure otherwise, I guess. And so I just ran the whole thing. And so after I got back, Denny got in the car and clocked it, and it was almost 7 miles. So I expected to be extraordinarily fatigued afterwards, because the first time I started running again, the first time I ran 2 miles without stopping just a couple of weeks ago, before the Longevity Now program started. I was so tired that I could barely work that day. I had to keep sitting down, and my legs were like jelly, and I was so fatigued. But this time, after running more than 3 times that much, I was never tired, and I was really, really surprised. I mean, my muscles were sore, yeah, because I ran longer than I have in 30 years, but I felt great the entire day. I have felt great. So, that's a testament, got to be, to all these superfoods and the program.
That's awesome. Now, I know you said something about, you want to say a little something briefly about your parents?
Right. Well, we've gotten a lot of emails recently about, longevity and how it's not all that important, and that you don't really have control over it. And we've just been pondering all these different ideas about longevity. And so I wanted to share something about my family and the reason why I'm so into health and the longevity program. My parents both died fairly young. My mother actually got Lou Gehrig's disease when she was about 53, and she died when she was 54. And I'm 55, and she looked pretty old, and they were on the standard American diet, and they did exactly what their doctors told them to do. And so I watched this happen, and as my mother was sick, my father also got sick with cancer. He had liver cancer and colon cancer and had several operations, and he died when he was just 61, which is just a few years older than I am right now, and did exactly what his doctors told him. And I watched the slow process of my parents' death. And I guess I kind of vowed that I was going to do everything I could do to. It wasn't really about length of age as much as it was that I wanted to be dignified in my old age and be happy, and I wanted to feel really good. And I didn't want to have to be at the mercy of doctors telling me I needed to have parts of my body cut out. So, and plus, my parents didn't get to see my 3 children, or our 3 children. And I want to be around to see my grandchildren, not just see them, but to play with them. And
Right.
that's
Yeah.
pretty much the story.
Yeah, and we recognize that there are some things. Hello, I thought I'd say hi at least today. You probably can't see me because the sun's behind me, but anyway, there are some things that are beyond our control. But there are things that are within our control, and those certainly are our lifestyle choices and how we go about feeding and ourselves, and all the superfoods and super nutrition that we're practicing. And, we try to do everything we can, and then we accept the rest. So that's sort of where we are with that. Now, Amy, let's go back to this. Some people had asked us in some of the comments, and again, I want to thank people for their comments. Apparently there are people looking in on what we're doing, and it's really wonderful to get the feedback that we've been getting. It's remarkable. Even the ones that prompt us to really think and probe. People have asked us about sources for krill oil. What have we found?
Well, actually we haven't gotten it yet, but we ordered the krill oil from Dr. Mercola. He has this new capsule that he's approved that's got, it's able to have oils in it, and it's not a gel capsule, which I've heard are made out of beef, or at least gelatin, which is made from beef. So you don't want to really put that in your body. And so these capsules, we're going to try them out and see how they are. But that's, as much as a recommendation that we can make, we're recommending that, although we haven't tried it yet. But we've heard they're really good.
And then also, recommended in the Longevity Now program is aged garlic extracts.
Right. So we had bought some aged garlic capsules from our health food store, and they were quiolic. And I just bought them because I thought they were good. And then after I got home, I looked at the label, and they have magnesium stearate in them, and they're made with gelatin caps again. So I was a little disappointed in that. So I searched online and Googled and found some quiolic liquid, and I talked to the people that I was going to order from, and they read the label, and it's got only the liquid and I believe water and an alcohol extract just from the extraction process. So I thought that was pretty pure, and so I'm pretty happy with that, and that's been ordered as well. But
Okay.
yeah.
Excellent. So I think we're getting close to our time right now.
Right.
So there's a few things that we'd like to cover next time. And also wanted to mention that this is day 8 for us. So we'll get this video up and running, and we look forward to your comments, and just want to say bye-bye, and we'll see you